Welcome to podcast 197. Can you guys even hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't
All right,
see you.
yeah. So we started the video, and my entire computer decided to go, screw you. So I lost all my monitors. I lost my webcam. It's good to see you guys. Podcast 197. You two are on your own for a second. I'm going to reboot. I'll be right back. Good luck.
It's even worse shambles when Carrie isn't here.
No, that's bullshit. Don't even start with that crap.
Well, anyways, today we're going to be talking about the Open Nationals. It was held in Ottawa. I want to quickly thank out everybody that helped out down there. But I was just there to sit in the bowling alley for 12 hours and got to watch people like Tide Bowl and all these other great guests we got coming on tonight. Maybe Tyler, if you want to maybe touch base a little bit on your experience of the.
I was not told I was going to be a speaker on this podcast.
Well, no, I mean you can talk about like some of your highlights from the weekend. I mean, and everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same. Everyone says it. It was so good to see all the people again. We had incredible weather in Ottawa, which I feel like is a first for a bowling tournament. I feel like it's always raining or like a bajillion and 1 degrees, but it was so nice. It was really good to see all the people. Orleans did a great job. I mean, they're a nice center, really big and spacious. It was fun to play on wood lanes again. It's been a while since we've had like a big competitive event on wood lanes. So it was interesting to see the people having to adjust, especially from the provinces that don't really have wood centers at all anymore. Yeah, I mean, obviously I played well. I averaged 294 for 21 games, which is, I'll take that. I mean, I don't know. I didn't expect to average that much, especially on a wood centered house. So yeah, it was a great weekend. Sad it's over, but I mean, who doesn't have like the post nationals blues?
No, for sure. Obviously, I was fortunate enough to watch a lot of the stuff. I will say, Tyler touched point on Orleans. Never been there. Never played there before. It's a nice 32-lane center. It's spacious. The bar is actually incredibly huge. They have the food was relatively fast there. I mean, it was really good.
Really fast for how many people were ordering.
Yeah, they said 10, 15 minutes, and it was done in 10, 15 minutes. It was well done. Spacious. The one thing I noticed is, as a spectator, usually it's really like hot in there at a center with that many people, and it was pretty cool for the most part, unless you're down on the back end. I found
as a spectator, it was cool, but bowlers, it was still fairly warm. But I mean, you're never going to get away from that.
No, I mean, I can't imagine if it wasn't that cold, how it would be down there for you guys. The wood lanes, honestly, we only play St. Albert out here nowadays, right? So for us in KJ, and for us to be able to play some wood lanes for you guys, it was great. Scoring looked really good.
It was fair. Like, I mean, I think you had to hit the side. I don't think it was. I don't know. I heard, like, before nationals, I heard lots of people saying like, "Oh, it's a pie house. Oh, it's easy peasy." But I mean, I saw a lot of blow throughs or a lot of like splits. I don't know. I felt like splits was the most common thing I saw all weekend.
Yeah, it was good to watch. And the one thing, like, we'll reiterate as we get the guests on, I really felt a lot of the people or the teams that won in the step ladder, the singles, they won it. The other people didn't lose it. So that's how I kind of look at it, where when you have a national event and step ladders or provincial event, you see that. It was a lot of winning, and it was a lot of good moments that way. So it was a nice little way there. I mean, and for me to be a manager, obviously I had to, hold everybody's hand in Alberta, which was really good for the most part. I had to say, like, we had Demara on our Alberta team, but I can speak on behalf of that. 35 weeks pregnant, played, was a trooper. And then the North boys having their rookie year was really cool. I mean, as well.
So I want to stop you right there for a second, Tyler. I'm upset with you in a little bit, just so you know. How did nobody catch on to the fact that Tim was a rookie manager and no one did anything to him?
Because he denied it. He denied everything. He said it wasn't true. It's not a thing. We don't do that.
Such a buzzkill.
Tim will always be the worst rookie.
100%, without question. But that's why it was a prime opportunity just to reiterate to everybody that he is a terrible rookie.
To be fair, so if we're gonna crap on Tim for a second here, day 2, I was playing fairly well, and frame 9 or 10, I can't remember, he says, okay, all I need you to do is beat your total from yesterday so that I can say I was a better coach than when Des was watching you. I threw the first strike in 10 and then punched on the second one to miss my day 1 score by 1 point.
Oh, you know what? That probably saved your life.
So
that probably saved your life. Because
I wanted to rub it into Des so hard. Like I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's Des and we go back a long ways, but I thought it was mildly amusing to me. I mean, and he didn't have no remorse. He had no remorse. Like,
no, I thought I threw it on purpose.
Smart man. Time values his life.
Yeah. No, it was good. Like you said, everything. The weather held up really nice out there. Everything kind of was. It was good to see everything there. Yeah, it was good. But I guess maybe we can start off.
We should probably talk about the people who we actually invited on this podcast tonight.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, exactly. Those are a little bit of different opening banter, but I think maybe we start off with our first guest.
Oh man, she's gonna be so excited. She's gonna get an extra 5 minutes of talking.
Extra 5 minutes, and I know that's all she wanted.
She's gonna be stoked. 20 minutes for Nicole. All right, let's go.
You didn't even bring her in. Oh no, Did he freeze again? Oh, Dexter.
I got it. Nicole! Oh, the suspense. Jesus. Welcome aboard. It's good to see you. Even you can't see me, but it's good to see you.
I can't.
Congratulations. Remarkable feat. And you did it in such a difficult way, but I think a rewarding way. Getting into that 5th spot, into the stepladder there, and then having a phenomenal day on Saturday running that stepladder. Pretty incredible.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun.
Maybe we can talk about, so at provincials, I feel like you had a similar experience. You kind of held steady to get your way into the stepladder, and then you had to play 3 or 4 matches, I think, at provincials. And then
I qualified second.
Second. Okay, so you had to play.
But I had a rough. Yeah, I played Megan, and then I had to play Katie.
Right.
Where she had double life.
Okay, so and then in this case, like, you were 5th and had to play all the way up the stepladder, and you played amazing. Like, you were so solid. Is that stepladder format a situation where you feel more comfortable than like the big everyone's bowling, lots of qualifying?
I definitely think I thrive more off the stepladder. Like, I like the one-on-one aspect of it, and like knowing like you have to throw a shot here,
right,
or you're gonna be down. Like, I definitely thrive off that. Yeah.
Do you feel like when you win the first one, or like you shot 350 at the first game against Javon, right? Winning the first one, you could feel kind of the momentum kind of shifting. Maybe it's a lot easier after you win the first one. You get the momentum because all those other people are coming in to somebody who's already played, right? I find that a little bit easier. Yeah. Does that help you at all?
Definitely. I think I just really wanted those first 2 ones. Like, I didn't really care what happened. Not that I didn't care, but I wanted a medal very badly. So like once I had those first 2 out of the way, it was a big relief, I guess.
For sure.
You come out with a 352 your first game on that stepladder, which is obviously a massive game. And then you have to go right back into another really important match again right away. And sometimes there's that little bit of a letdown. Like, you just threw a massive game, high intensity. on the biggest stage, and then you got to do it all over again, right? So for you to come back and shoot 259 and win the next game while still like, you know, keeping your brain in the right spot, because the natural instinct is to start going to results, seeing, you know, am I throwing strikes still rather than like staying on the execution. For you to come back and shoot 259 followed by 307 right away, you must have felt really comfortable, locked in that situation if you were able to do that. Pretty awesome.
I definitely did. Like I felt really comfortable. It obviously helped a lot having Andrea in the pit with me. I think if I didn't have her, I would have been a nervous wreck. She kept me calm, or relatively calm anyways.
I can't count
But
how many times Nicole said, "I'm going to throw up this weekend."
Okay.
I never did.
No.
From an outsider looking in, I have to say, like, I have a bunch more questions to ask, but I was able to watch you come off the lanes after each ball, and it seemed like you can tell that you're a bundle of nerves at some points, right? I could tell that you were just the way everything was, and nerves, but it would really impress me how able you were to get back and be calm and throw that shot, right? Was there any way, like any like kind of method you went through to calm yourself down, or was that just coach helping you out?
Just a lot of deep breathing.
Yeah, you kind of touched on.
It was just.
Oh, sorry, go ahead, Nicole. Go ahead.
It's gone out of my head. You continue.
You touched on Andrea being a part of your journey, and the rest of us know that Newfoundland is always 135% behind their bowlers, especially when it comes to their singles. How is that dynamic, having someone like Andrea who seems so calm and so experienced in those situations, and then having your entire province just exploding every time you threw a strike?
It was really special. Obviously, having Andrea there, like she was in the pit with me for provincials, and I bowled mixed team with her, so I got to know her really well over that time. And obviously, she's my good friend's mom, so there's that as well. But I don't know, just having her there as like a calming influence was amazing. But on top of that, like everyone, I'm pretty sure like the entire contingent was watching me, which was just really nice. And every single time I got up on the lanes, like you could pick distinct voices out. There's obviously a lot of cheering, but like there's certain people, their voices I would like focus on. I don't know. It was just really cool. Like obviously when we won at home in 2022, we obviously had like half the province there watching us at Plaza, but like to be away and still have that many people supporting you. And even during the matches, like I obviously wasn't looking at my phone, but I was just getting like a stream of text messages from people watching. It was just really cool.
For sure. It's definitely a special experience to have like pretty much the whole country focused on you.
Yeah.
just like right now, right? So
don't remind me.
Okay, so we go through the obviously we'll quickly maybe recap you're pretty consistent for the most part throughout your qualifying, right? And then the last day you shot almost 17 and a half with a 370. You knocked out Sam Sitar from Northern Ontario by about 67 pins, right? So you make that, and as we talked, you beat Yvonne, you went up the step ladder, you beat Brooke Goulet, another really young and great bowler from Winnipeg, from Manitoba there. And then you had a chance to play Chantel, right? So as we're talking about the Newfoundland contingent, you also had the Quebec contingent there as well, right? So it was a little bit loud, it was a little bit different, and I have to say Chantel is a really fierce competitor on the lanes, right? So was there anything that you were thinking about before going into that match at all?
Not really. I don't think I was focused at all on who I was playing. I think if I thought about that, it probably would have psyched me out a little bit. It was just like one game at a time. Didn't really matter who the person was. I just knew I needed to win. But obviously, everyone I bowled in stepladder are incredible. And it was not easy. No one made it easy on me, that's for sure.
Yeah, if we talk about the not so easy moments, we can't ignore, Connie Ward, God love her. She is a fierce competitor. She led the field by 280 points.
Yeah,
Misses a corner pin to give you a second chance.
Yeah.
What was that moment like, and how did your mental game change, if at all, knowing that you got one more chance?
I definitely thought in that moment that it was over. When she threw that ball, I was like, oh, this is it. Like, it was a good run. Gave it a good shot. And then obviously she didn't pick up the spare, and I was like, oh, well, I have another chance. Like, I can't let this go now. But I guess the same thing, like, I didn't really focus on it too much. It was just another opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nothing really to lose, right? I mean,
no,
everything to gain there, right? So, where that works out really well. Obviously,
that's what Andrea kept saying to me, like, after every match, was just like, oh, you changed the color of your medal. Like, just one more game.
Yeah.
I think that was big. So, maybe talk about the last game. You end up winning, right? What were the emotions that you had coming off the lanes?
I don't think I've ever been that excited about bowling before in my life. I don't know. A lot of excitement, but also just a lot of relief. Like, the second I threw that last ball and I saw enough pins go down, it was just done and over with, and I could breathe again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just a really cool moment.
I mean, the moment I watched I was fortunate. I was watching from, obviously, many others were there. You threw the strikes you needed to win. It wasn't like you ran her out of frames. It wasn't like you needed to throw those shots, and you did. So it was really impressive, right? How did it feel? Like, I know Connie, like, not as well as many other ones out there, but with Connie being there, and she was the first to congratulate you and hug you, it must have been kind of a special moment a little bit.
Definitely. It meant a lot to me. I mean, even the entire weekend, she was the nicest person you could ever meet. Day one, she came over to me after I fell the first ball I threw in practice. I went down in a heap on the lane. Ended up having, like, a freak out before we started bowling because I couldn't slide. And I was like, oh, this is going to be terrible. And she came over to me. I went to shake her hand. And she was like, nope, we're hugging. Like, bring it in. And she was just, I don't know, the entire weekend, she was just so, so nice. And then obviously she had a lot of kind things to say to me after I won. And even afterwards, she reached out to me over Facebook and had a lot of more kind words to say. I don't know. She's just really cool.
Yeah.
Do you want to relive that and falling on your first ball of practice, and then the second day fouling again? How having to overcome something like that, knowing that you have to go bowl 21 games in that center and you don't have a choice, there's no one to save you, there's no pulls. Maybe talk us through how you dealt with that.
I would have to, again, give that up to Andrea and also our team manager, Codner. If it wasn't for the two of them talking me through that first game, I would have been a wreck. I mean, the entire practice, like the 15 minutes on the first day, every single ball I threw, I fell. It just stuck and then went down. And I was like, I don't know how I'm supposed to bowl. I tried someone else's shoes. We tried a sock on my shoe. We tried, like, every solution and nothing worked. It was just throw the ball and stick and hope you don't fall over the foul line. But obviously I got through that day. I didn't end up bowling as well as I wanted to. I felt like I threw well. Then I had a really rough last game, day one. But once I came out of that day and I was sitting in fourth or fifth after day one. And it was just like, if that was that bad of a day, mentally, and I was still in a place for stepladder, I think I just felt a lot of relief.
For sure.
And thankfully, it didn't, I don't know, it did kind of continue the rest of the week. Thankfully, stepladder day, I didn't find I was like sticking as much, but the 3 days of qualifying were rough. Lots of powder.
Someone bowling beside you, it was the most chaotic, anxiety-inducing warm-up I have ever watched happen at any event. I told Nicole, I was like, I could
there were a lot
feel
of tears.
the panic just like oozing off of you. And as someone who like usually gets really nervous, I was like, oh, maybe my problems aren't so bad. Maybe I'll be okay. Like poor Nicole is just like having an absolute meltdown, and I'm just like, oh my goodness.
I really did.
Oh.
Thankfully, it was all live streamed, all my falls as well. It's nice.
Oh, was it? Maybe we can go back.
Yeah.
Just
We love a good falling video here on the podcast.
oh yeah. I mean, I guess maybe we'll leave it at this. Nicole, is there anything you want to share, or any last words or anything like that?
Not overly. I mean, other than I appreciate everyone that's like reached out to me and had like kind words to say. Everyone from at home and like across the country. It means a lot to me. Other than that, not really.
All right.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, Nicole. Hell of a weekend, hell of a feat, something that can never be taken away from you ever again in your lifetime. You're in the history books now, so congratulations. Really cool.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on, guys.
All right. So
Oh,
I think I'm going to take Nicole out. Oh, you can do it too? Awesome. Great. Thanks for joining us, Nicole. Okay.
Bye.
All right. So now we have our next guest in the background, and I am not pushing buttons.
I got it.
You guys do it because it's going to kill my computer. So.
I want it. Let me find the right button. So yeah, we just talked with Nicole. That is our 2024 ladies single champion. We'll move on to our 2024 men's singles champion from, I don't know the actual town, but Northern Ontario, the middle of nowhere, St. Francis.
Fort Francis.
Fort Francis.
He ain't no saint. Yeah.
Fort Francis, Northern Ontario. We have Jeff Watt. Jeff, welcome.
Hello.
Welcome aboard, buddy.
Good to see you guys.
How you doing, man?
Pretty good. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
How are you? How you feeling after the weekend? Has it sunk in at all?
No, not really. It's still weird. You know, you come back home, you have a long flight, you have a long drive home. It's Sunday night, and the next thing you know, you're Monday morning, you're going back to work, and back to real life. And it still feels weird. I still get tons of people messaging me every day. The people on my route, because I'm a mailman, so a lot of people knew I was gone for bowling, and a lot of people congratulating me every day, and it's weird. It's definitely weird. So
that's awesome.
How many
people are in Fort Francis?
Oh, it used to be 9,000 for like the longest time, but I think we're down to 8 maybe now.
Do you think this is big enough news that they might throw you a parade?
I don't know about that, but I'd
love to see a Jeff Watts parade. I think it'd be awesome.
I was in today's paper, so that's always kind of nice. Small
that's
town
awesome.
News. Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you. You've had a hell of a season, man.
Yes, it's been the best season by far in my life. So looking forward to keeping it on at Masters here.
What do you think has contributed to that, Jeff?
Marla?
Probably, yeah, Marla a lot. I think the biggest change this year, I think, is I've been bowling with a sock on my shoe all year. We had new lanes put in Dryden. There's old lanes from Thunder Bay. So the approaches were a little heavy, like not horrible, but like a little heavy. But being a bigger guy, I need that slide. So I put a sock on and I've been able to slide and it's been going good. I'll probably never take a sock off now, probably.
Hashtag sock life.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's a joke there for you, Jeff, and I'm just not going to touch it.
So we kind of chatted with Nicole. She obviously had a lot of struggles with the slide and the wood lanes. How was your experience? Do you play on wood lanes normally? Do you have access to wood lanes?
Not anymore now that the Dryden was wood lanes, but they put new synthetics over top. But I've bowled on wood lanes my entire life. So this is my first year bowling league on synthetic lanes. So yeah, I'm used to wood. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, go ahead.
No, after you, Tim.
I mean, if you look at your qualifying, we'll start with your qualifying a little bit. You were steady. You were kind of rock steady. Tyler, it's just over 2.0 each day, and you're just under 2,000 each day, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're consistent. You played really well. Was there a moment or anything during the qualifying that had you worried, or what was your mindset during the qualifying?
Day 1 and 2, not so much, because it's still a long road, so you're just head down, medal to the just keep going, just keep grinding it out every game, every pin, every shot, keep going. It was the third day after still sitting second, because my goal was to medal. I don't care what color it was. Like I've been bowling really well this year. I wanted a medal, and I had pretty good confidence that I could do it. So being in second, I'm just like, okay, just make sure, Tyler was kind of running away with it. He was bowling really well. So I'm like, well, let's just make sure I finish second. I can guarantee a medal. I was very happy with that. And it was actually kind of pulled up results here because I knew I'd forget this. This third day, the first 3 games, I started well. So I'm like, okay, just good, just rolling good and whatnot. And then game 4 and 5, just lost it, just started punching. And then you try to dial it back, and I missed. And then I punch, and then missing and punching. And I was like, holy man, just, regroup a little bit, right? So then I kind of had to give myself a kick in the ass, because at that time, Derek was only 5 pins behind me. So it was like, go. you got to move, and you got to move now. So then the last 2 games, I finished with a 660. So that was make sure I secure that second spot.
I do have a question. Okay, so I was able to bowl singles in the Masters before. Obviously, a medal is important, but I've always had the mindset of going in to win, not just to get a medal. So it's different hearing from your perspective, because the way you played all year, you would think that you would just want to go in and win, right? I mean, that's sort of the thing, right?
Well, you guys are from Alberta, so if you don't win, you're not very happy. But no, I've never medaled at nationals. So now,
really?
No.
Oh,
no,
okay.
I got a gold in teaching masters, and like, no offense, it's still a medal and whatnot, right? But I'm a tournament bowler now, right? I want I want medals. So yeah, I've had a few crack at singles now, but I've never medaled. So just getting a medal, was very happy with that. And
I think you got to look at it a little bit differently, Tim. I think everybody's still going out there to win. They're all playing to win, but I think Jeff was just saying he was going to be happy. He would be happy if he came back.
I just want to give him a hard time, because I always had belief in the guy, right? And he is lying. He did get a singles medal before this in the Bowl Canada Cup. So yeah. I know all about your resume there, but don't.
2-time national champion.
Yeah.
Jeff, maybe I think I understand where you're coming from. And part of it, I think, was looking at the field that you were playing against.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
Going into nationals, knowing that field is made up of Mitch Davies, Derek Orne, Dwayne Gilardi, Brandon Smith, who averaged like 300 at his provincials. Is that kind of what you had to mitigate your expectations with, or is that like what kind of influence did that have on your approach?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like these guys, like we're all like, even especially yourself and whatnot too, Tyler. Like these guys are the best of the best in their province. Every one of these guys could win this, right? So it's not a guarantee I'm going to make a step ladder. It's not a guarantee I'm going to, get a medal or anything like that, right? So that's why, obviously, yeah, like you guys said, obviously I'm there to win. I want to win.
Yeah.
But I would have been disappointing if I didn't medal or he didn't make the step ladder. I would have been like, I've had a really good year. I thought I could have did it, but luckily that wasn't the case this year.
No, it was good. So maybe let's talk a little bit about the step ladder a little bit while we have you here. You were saying obviously second, so you would win the 3-4 match or whatever that was in the next match before you. So it was either Derek Horn or John Walsh.
Yeah.
It probably didn't matter who you were playing. Probably you just wanted to see who was coming, but you ended up with Derek Horn. Yeah. So what were your thoughts in that first game?
I knew Derek's either going to shoot a million strikes at you, or he's going to punch a lot, right? He's kind of so it's like for me, I was just sparing everything. I never threw a double in the match against Tyler or against Derek there. Just throw a strike and then 12 count or corner. Okay, spare it. And okay, throw a strike and then okay, pitch out or something. Okay, spare it. Okay, throw a strike and just keep not opening. Right, it was a big thing. And he had a couple punches there, and that was kind of the TSN turning point.
Mm-hmm. I know Tyler and I were sort of talking over in the corner. Is like, who would you rather have? And any one of the five up there or all on the step ladder is really good. Yeah. Derek's the one all of a sudden he just flips a switch and he can just run a bunch of strikes together.
Absolutely, yeah. I had bowled with them the second day or third day where he had 12 strikes in a row. There, it's like easy. Finish the game with 10 bagger and start the next game with 2. Like there's your 12. There's your perfect game right there. He could easily do that against you, right? So.
Especially in a step ladder format where that you just got that flow like from lane to lane.
Yeah, it's quicker. You get in a little rhythm and you can just blow it up.
You don't have 5 minutes between shots to change thought processes, and so it's just always right there for you.
Yeah.
Before maybe we touch base on the finals, I just want to know. I know you played master singles in the past a few times, right?
Yeah.
Was your mindset any different playing the open singles compared to the master singles?
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, it's different, right? Because every in Masters, it's the match play, right? It's either you're getting 2 points or you're getting 0 points, right? So you can get absolutely lit up in a game. It's like, all right, well, I'm getting nothing here, right? So maybe now it's a top opportunity to try something, do this, do whatever like that, right? But in here, it's total pinfall, right? So it doesn't matter if you're having a bad game or a good game. Every single pin, you need everything, right? So it is a little bit of a different mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
for sure. And obviously, yes. So the final, we obviously have our finals on here. We had Tyler versus Jeff. What were your kind of thoughts going into that match?
Well, Tyler's probably arguably the best bowler in Canada right now. So you just all right, head down. Let's do this. You're here. This is it. This is the finals. We got to get the job done. Like I said, the job's not done, right? So just keep going. You never know, right? Anyone could beat anyone in a game, right? So just get her done.
Absolutely. I know. It's don't want to relive it sort of for Tyler, but
no, this is Jeff's podcast. You're allowed to relive it.
It's tough, but I have to say, like we talked at the beginning. Obviously, this is Tyler's our boy, right? But Jeff, you played unbelievable, right? And watching the match, and I know it was going 7-8-9. I believe Tyler struck, right, or 8-9 at least he struck, if I remember correctly. And you had to throw a double in 10 on a strike in 9, I believe, or it was 8-9, or was it just 9?
You struck 9 and threw the double in 10.
Yeah, because
so you go up in 10. You know what you had to shoot. You had to get something on the board.
Yeah. I knew I had to throw the turkey, so I needed 3. to force him to get a count, basically, right?
Yeah.
So at that point, there was no shutting him out, obviously, right? So it was just like, you have to have those first three. It's a must. It's no other option. So I was lucky enough, threw some good balls and got the 3 strikes. And then in the last ball in the 10, it was like I knew already. I said, okay, I forced him to at least do something. And just a little quick and maybe lost focus a little bit. So pitched out the last ball, unfortunately, but it was enough to get the job done.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was like I said, nobody lost, everybody won. There's a difference, and I fully wholeheartedly say that. I mean, you had to throw that. That's what the moment everybody wants to have is the chance to have that opportunity, right? So, So, and I mean, let's make it very clear. Tim Gadd was in the pit with you, and he did nothing to help you, right? He was just right. I want to make that clear.
No, he talked a lot. He talked a lot to me. He kept me motivated and keep me going, keep the adrenaline up, and
yeah.
Are you aware that you need the adrenaline?
Yeah, I
over
like
the
it.
calm?
That's
You don't strike me as a calm guy.
I like the adrenaline, but after you throw that big shot and I like the big fist pump and the hell yeah and the F that and all that kind of crap, right? And but then again, as soon as that frame's done, it's getting that heart rate back down again.
Yeah.
Like I did the same thing as Tyler, right? I walked away, a couple sets of lanes over, sit down, just slow the heart rate down again, right? Because
big time.
Yeah, and then you throw that strike and it just spikes again like a roller coaster. Then compensate, bring it back down again, and
yeah, not good for anyone's cardiac health.
No, probably not a good thing.
Any last thoughts there, Jeff, at all? Do you have anything you want to say or anything that comes to mind?
I just want to congratulate everybody. Nicole was just on there. I want to congratulate her again and for a good, nice bowling, and congratulate everyone that's coming up here next.
Mm-hmm. I just want to say, I said it on your Facebook. If everybody had the same passion as you did with your travel, with how hard, I mean, you drive 4 hours round trip to bowl
Twice a
right?
week,
yeah, twice a week. And the passion you have, I mean, our sport would be in a much better place. I'm really proud of you, Jeff. You put a lot of work in, and
thanks.
happy for you, bud. Yeah.
I think it was partway through the season where I told you, you've been lights out all year, and you said I don't think I've been lights out. I wonder if this weekend changed your mind on that, because I don't know if you could have had a better season than what you've had. It's been unreal.
Yeah, well, it's by far. It's like, I hate to say it, but this may be my peak season. Like I might win other tournaments and whatnot, and still have those moments. But for like an overall year, this has been a phenomenal year. I'll never forget it. Yeah.
Well, keep that confidence, and then roll it over to Masters. We'll see you there in, I guess, 3 weeks.
A few weeks, yeah. See you guys in a few weeks in Winnipeg, then I guess.
Yeah.
Congratulations again, Jeff. Thanks so much for coming on.
Congratulations, buddy.
Yeah, not a problem.
So we'll just drop Jeff in a little bit here. We'll get the guys on. Just sort of waiting to see if one of our guests, their camera is working. If not, we will figure it out.
Yeah, we can bring him in, and if he gets his camera going, great. If not, we'll still be able to hear him. So, or it says no devices. So, yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean, we'll get the other two.
Thanks, Jeff.
Have a good evening.
Have a good one, guys.
Perfect. I do want to touch base here. Barber's is talking smack. Barber was a bully all weekend. So, and
it's so weird that they would do it to you, considering
I know
you're just an innocent angel and a joy to have around.
I know. I am a joy. So that being said, maybe we'll bring the next group on here.
It's our 2024 men's team, national champs, back-to-back, the Quebec men's team. Welcome in, guys.
Hey.
This is where we ask, how many hashtag Team Alexes can we get in the chat?
Or maybe we can start Team Eric and see how that goes.
I actually like Team Eric. Yeah. To be honest with you, I actually specifically told the team anybody but Alex. I don't even care if they can speak English properly. Alex ain't coming on. That's what I said.
And yet here he is. It's good to
Here
see
he
you,
is.
Alex. It is
Here he
good to
is.
see you.
It's actually disappointing because he told me that he would have his 2 gold medal with him on the podcast when he did not.
Well, congratulations, guys. Back to back is quite a hell of a feat. That's for sure.
Oh, maybe I scared him out. No, I think he's working on his audio.
He's gone. How did it go for you this time? It was a bit of a different road for you from last year.
Actually, last year I kind of looked at it as a spectator, as I wasn't on the team, right? I was playing in mix, so I didn't get the chance to get the back-to-back goal like Alex, Sly, and Max did. But I feel like last year was kind of a big fight for them on the Sunday or the final day, right? So even if we came up with a big game to kind of finalize our win, the fight that they had last year was something, and I don't think we've seen that I don't think we've seen that a lot, where a team just making the top 4 and then going from 4th to 1st was something last year that they did. I felt like this year for us was a different approach that we had with the final day, the step ladder day. We wanted to win so bad for sure, but it really felt different. I'm pretty much sure I don't want to speak for them, but the feeling that I have is it must have been different. I felt like last year they might have were able to just climb their way in, and then they had the hell of a day on the final.
Yeah, absolutely. So Alex is here. He's just in the background. We can hear Alex typing away back there. So he is here. Feel free to speak about your experiences too. But yeah, so like this year, you guys were clear, far and away the first seed. Going into the last game, it didn't matter. No matter what happened. I don't even know if it mattered really the last 2 games. So you guys are pretty comfortable coming home. And then you guys made no mistake on Saturday. In the step ladder, you guys were just like, yeah, okay, let's not do 2 games. Let's just shoot 1,500 and call her a day.
But I actually think that Bruno made one mistake. He put me on the lineup. The way I played, I should have sat down, but we won anyway, right? So.
Well,
yeah,
we also didn't want to be dead. Like being there in the last year, running up the whole step ladder, like me, Sly, and Max were like, well, let's not be that team. Like second go around and play losing 2 games and half look like fools.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to do that at all. So it's been a pleasure having you, Alex. Eric, it's really great having you on.
Wow. No, I kind of understand why you didn't want him.
Yeah, not wrong. But I mean, but even the game, honestly, when you're watching the gold medal game, it was actually pretty decent until right at the end, right? You guys all just took off, so it wasn't like it was just a huge blowout right away.
No, it was not.
No, exactly, because there was 3 games going on with the Northern Ontario.
Yeah, and I see that Alex couldn't even come away with a win in that game, or did
I tied.
You tied. Yeah, exactly. You couldn't come away with a win in that. So, I mean, it's a good thing the rest of your team carried your ass.
It's better than a loss, I guess.
I know he's not on here, but can we talk about Sean Barrow just for a second here?
Yeah.
Like 2 absolutely massively clutch games. One, to get into the step ladder for singles, shooting, was it 413?
Yep.
413. And then here you guys come out for the step ladder for your gold medal match. He's like, I'll take it easy on them. I'll shoot 396.
Well, he put our expectation really high, right? We told him, if you're able to put to shot like this on pressure for yourself, you better be as good for your team tomorrow, bud.
So you're telling me he failed?
Well, it didn't matter on the last ball he threw or the second last ball he threw. So let's just say he missed on purpose.
He did okay, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty incredible. 396, 326, 340, 260, and then combined 190. But yeah, I mean, you guys got to 1,500 with a one. Like that's unreal. That's so good, right?
Well, and there's a thing I think that was in mind of the boys, because I know Northern Ontario shot the 1647 Canadian record against them back in 2000, I don't know when, and they had that in mind as 2022. So they had that in mind as well. That it won't happen again, right? So yeah, I think they had that in mind. But just to go back to Sean, it's the first time in Quebec that we had a bowler that wasn't in the area of the get to know area, right? So we never practiced as a full team, which is something that never happened for us. I know that for other provinces it happens all the time, but for us it was the only time that we didn't have a full practice, like a full team practice, until the Monday of the event. So we knew Sean through cash tournaments and things like that. We knew he was a pretty funny guy. We had fun with him at tournaments and things like that, but we didn't know how the team spirit would be type of thing. And the guy is just fit right in with us. Like, he's the kind of guy who wants to have fun but wants to compete as well, and that's exactly what we were, right?
Yeah, that's perfect. That's the exact mindset you want to have, the right personality for it. It's you got to have moments where like you bear down and you throw big shots, and you got to have moments where you make people laugh in the pit so that it's not super serious. And to find people that fit that mold is important for sure.
Yeah, we're lucky on that part too, because he's so easygoing. It's just like, he was very shy the first day, but after like a couple of games on the second day, he started chirping at Sly and me. So so yeah, it's made things very easy that way.
Yeah, I wonder why he went after you.
I wonder why.
It's so weird. It's so.
But, I mean, that's a good point, Alex. So I mean, you're talking about Sean. He's not part of the Gatineau area. I think you're living in Sherbrooke, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So he doesn't have. There is no 5-pin lanes there. So from my understanding, he was just practicing on duck pin lanes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So throughout the year, he practiced on 10 duck pin lanes, and I think a couple of weeks before the Open, he went back to his hometown and he was able to practice there for 5-pin. So that's pretty much it. The only thing he did in Montreal area or Sherbrooke area was buying all those balls and put it on the 5-pin market. Where he screwed out Matt Leonard and Sylvain's business by buying everything and selling everything back in the area, right?
Yes,
I love it.
Yes, I mean, that was one of my questions I was going to bring up. I think, Stefan, it was great seeing you again. But it must be awfully special to have that, Eric, to have 2 national championships in the house there.
Yeah, let's say I had an extra motivation this year when my son won his medal in Anik and Orleans as well for the national. When we finished the last day sitting first and having a shot for the gold medal, I became emotional right away, and there was still a game to bowl, right? So, but I had it in mind, right, for sure.
Yeah, I know we kind of talked about it. It was kind of one of your goals for the weekend, right? So, yeah.
I wish you would have seen me bowl a little bit more in the last game, but yeah, at least you saw me win.
I will say honestly, when you're up like near the end and you're up that much, it isn't like just in general, not because of your game. It's nice to bring the other person in there to make it kind of a team thing, right? So yeah. It was definitely a nice thing to have everybody in the game there. I mean, maybe one thing we can talk about. Obviously, it was in the Algonquin college. Everybody was saying the dorms. You guys got to stay at home. I mean, just across the bridge there. It was probably closer for you to go there than us to go to the lanes.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Did that kind of maybe a little bit benefit you be able to sleep in your own bed at night?
I don't know. It just made it weird for me more than anything else. This didn't really feel like a national because we're staying at home and just driving every morning like it's clockwork or anything. So, yeah, advantage maybe not, but just made it weird for me at least. Don't know how Eric feels about it, but yeah.
I don't like to say that, but I agree with Alex on that one. Basically, it's just that for me, it was the first national that I played, and I had to go back at my place after the bowling was done, including YBC. I've been bowling for 35 years now, and it's the first time I bowled, like, if I can say, my hometown. So it was really, like Alex said, it was weird.
Yeah, because I mean, there's something to be said, like, after a great day or having a tough day, going back to the hotel and just hanging out with your team, just the six of you or whatever, decompressing, and you don't really get that when you're staying at home. Everyone's just like, okay, unless you make a point of all going out for dinner or something, it's like, okay, we'll see you guys in the morning sort of thing. And then, which is very different. You don't have the team breakfast, the team dinners and all that kind of stuff. And yeah.
Yeah, let's not touch bases on that.
Oh, I don't know. You kind of run your mouth off a little bit. I wasn't thinking, but Sly brought it up. So, I mean,
let's just say it didn't went. It didn't went really, really well, especially on Wednesday night.
Yeah, I'm guessing it was self-inflicted, right? So
just a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
kind of on the same strain but different. How much Fireball did you guys drink after winning?
Not much. Max just doesn't take it anymore. He took one shot and spit it out. So,
all right, yeah. No,
I guess last year got some.
It's good to hear he's growing up. You know,
yeah. Well,
you just gotta have that. You make that one mistake the one time, and you ain't making it again. So that's good.
Well, he actually, of what I heard, he made it 2 times, right? He had 2 shots of Fireball last year, right?
He had half a bottle of Fireball.
Yeah, like 12, 13 ounces, something like that. Yeah.
In about 4.5 minutes.
Bad idea.
He forgot about the part where we pass it.
Well, he was last. He thought he had to finish it, I guess.
I mean, so I will say, maybe touching base on this back-to-back, right? I mean, that's obviously really special for you, Alex. I mean, and you guys are what? If I remember correctly, Quebec's only won 3 times.
Yeah.
Men's team, and in winning back-to-back, that's obviously special, right? So, obviously, you're going to go for a three-peat, right?
Well, I mean, we have to qualify first, but yeah.
Yeah.
Try real hard, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm sure there's people gunning for you. I mean, but you guys deserve it. You guys are the top team for the last 2 years. So, much deserved there, guys. Also, we probably can touch base on is Bruno. I mean, Bruno obviously can't, his device not working or whatever is going on in the background, but it must be a huge difference having Bruno as coach. Not saying your other coaches are not good by any means, but Bruno has a little bit of a sense of understanding for what
Max isn't coaching this year?
No, sadly not.
But maybe touch base on Bruno on how he kind of means to the team there.
Well, for me, Bruno, I had him as a coach a few times before that national, and nothing to take away from other coaches, was for me, Bruno has always been the best coach that I had for the Open, especially just because he played the game, he understands the game, how we're feeling, when you're struggling, what you're going through, how to bump you back up as well. But he's also a guy where coach with his feeling, right? If he thinks that you should be taken out on it. I've seen Bruno benching someone on a strike because he was striking on the left lane and not striking on the right one. So got the guy on a strike on the left lane and pulled him out and got somebody else to finish the game, striking out the game and winning the game. I've seen that. And that's why I know, like, Bruno knows the game, but also he also coach with his feeling and what he thinks should be done. And Yeah, sometimes it doesn't pay out, but most of the time that I've seen it, it paid out.
Yeah.
Obviously 2 for 2, right? So
Yeah. So, something that different with Bruno is he doesn't coach as much with scores as most coach does. Like even if you're playing okay or decent-ish, but your attitude is very bad, he's gonna pull you no matter what, just because he doesn't want you to bring other people down.
Yeah.
And then get and spiral everybody down to that point. So even if you're playing a 260 average or 250 average or whatever it is, if your attitude is not on check, he's gonna pull you out. He doesn't care at all.
Yep, but that's
no,
that's great. I mean, that's
Yeah.
the way it should be. You know, if it's no good having one guy run and play really well while dragging everybody else down. Right?
No, for sure.
So that's awesome.
I did have a discussion over the weekend, obviously, with some people that weren't bowling at the time, and you find winning teams or teams that do well, their body language, their mannerisms are always positive and always team oriented, and you see the ones that are struggling and maybe not doing up to their potential, there's negative connotations in the pit. Not saying it's like they're being team killers, but maybe how they're handling things are a little bit differently and then a positive. And that's definitely a great point. You know, teams that are positive and get together obviously are successful like you guys are, right? So goes a long ways.
And from the get-go, I have to say that the 6 of us, when we qualified, we knew we had like the team that Quebec hasn't had in a long time, like on paper, let's say, right? I know last year I spoke with Benoit and Guillaume are like some great friends of mine, and they said that from the get-go, chemistry was installed in that team. Even though like on paper they didn't have that strongest team, the chemistry got installed right away. But we knew that this year, like if we look at average and the quality of bowlers that were there, we knew we have one of the strongest team probably out there. And additionally to that, that chemistry kind of built in as soon as we met with Sean and had that first practice, and as the tournament was going, it was building up. So I feel like that's because I think the 6 of us had the same feeling from the get-go. Well, first of all, the qualifying, we qualify as an all-star model, right, to qualify our team, and it was probably the strongest field for a men's team, like 272 average to make the top 6 this year. We never seen that before, right? So we knew at that point, and also getting a bowler like Sean to be add to our qualifiers at that point. It was a bomb for us as well. We knew that we had a tough competitor joining the competition with us. And most of us, we did not fear him. We were just happy for him to be here because we knew he was just getting our team stronger at some point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. Maybe have some, and you guys have any last thoughts before we kind of just let you guys go? I mean, before everything else like that.
Hey Tim, are you at Masters?
No.
Wow.
All right, I'll see.
He's already off. Alex is done. This is the first time I think we kicked off a guest. Eric, do you have anything you want to say?
No, just thank you for having us. The first time for me on the podcast. It was really nice, and just say congratulations to all the winners and everybody that played the Open. It was such a fun event. Just one little thing again was a shout out to Scott playing with his son again this year. First attempt for his son, and he has a chance to play with his son. That's really nice. That kind of made me wish that it can happen in 10 years from now playing with mine. So
absolutely. Congratulations, guys. It's always a pleasure talking to you. Yeah, amazing feats. So I added Alex back in. So congratulations, Alex.
Thank you. I'll see Ty and Dex at Masters. And
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see you there, buddy.
I'll see you at your finals. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right. See you later, guys. All right.
Bye.
He just lives to troll, but I love it.
Yeah.
Richie, not even teaching Tim? Come on. just throwing shade left and right.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right. So the next group we actually have 3 of them on, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
We're going to bring on the ladies team champions from Alberta. So we have Jamie, Julie, and Heidi.
What up?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Julie, do you do streams?
Yeah, I do. I do stream. I have a streaming setup.
It looks real professional.
Thank
She
you.
looks right-
I can't tell whether you're being sarcastic or not.
No, I literally stream on Twitch sometimes.
Nice, awesome. That's
Can we
great.
get a shout out for Retro, the beta fish?
Oh, this is why you little fish. He's hiding right now. But yes.
We had updates about the fish every day.
Yes, he was well loved. My parents took very good care of them.
Welcome, congratulations.
Thank you.
What a great weekend for you guys. It was fun to watch from a distance. I'm sure it was more fun to watch there.
No, it was awful. It was so stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Tyler
was-
would know. He watched every single game.
Do we want to jump right into that? Going into your last two games, where you guys got 6 points each of your last two games, 12 points total, to tie for first. Did
Sorry.
you guys? Sorry, what's that?
Sorry, Dexter. I think the story needs to be started a little bit before that. The first game of the day, they were down by 16 going into the day, technically speaking.
Okay, yeah.
And sorry, I'm not trying to. But,
but do what you gotta do, man.
They obviously Quebec and Newfoundland were the two teams that were really dominant, along with Alberta, and Manitoba was right there, and BC was close. But looking at it, there's two must-win games going into the last day, and it was Quebec and Newfoundland. In order to get that first seed, they took 8-0 against Quebec, and then they came back and we took another 8 against Newfoundland. So they kind of wiped that 16-point slot, the lead out right away, and it also helped that they had a game in hand when Newfoundland didn't already, because Alberta already had their bye in the second bye in the first day. So going 6-6 and tying, it was a great finish. It was kind of back and forth. If you were there, Tyler, I know Tyler was losing hair watching this, and things were back and forth, and then they end up tying, but they won the split, right? So I think that whole
maybe we
last
can
day
hear the
was,
story from the ladies, Tim.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, but
How
just
did it go for
outside
you
of
guys?
He's
It was
doing
a
a pretty
great
good recap.
Yeah. What was it like to be a part of that story?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll start with Jamie.
Stressful. It was good. It was a really good rally on the third day. We all came together as a team, and we won the big matches we needed to win.
Sure. Heidi, you played anchor the entire tournament.
Bowled every single frame.
Every single frame. What was it like from your perspective in those must-win matches, knowing that you're at the bottom of the lineup, the team's kind of looking to you to finish solid every frame?
Yeah, well, I was bowling anchor, but they never really left it to me until the step ladder. We'll talk about that later. But this bowled with a lot of these ladies a lot, and I always know that they're always behind me, even though I'm behind them. So they very rarely leave it to me in the 10th frame, and I'm thankful for that.
We try our best, Heidi.
We did try.
Some of them were bad.
Yeah, I'm going through the scores, and honestly, there might be 2 matches in the qualifying that would have come close to the 10th frame. I don't know how it went down specifically, but there's only 2 that were even remotely close in pinfall. So that's great. That's the way it should be for sure.
So then, Julie, maybe as the number 4 player, you're the one swinging a lot of those matches. Obviously, you have a lot of experience at the Open. What was this Open like for you, maybe compared to last year when you guys won?
I'll be honest, the only thing I was really thinking about, just seeing how Des put me at 4th a lot, I did not want to leave it to Heidi. Because thinking of last year, generally, I felt bad.
We left a lot to Heidi last year.
There was a lot on Heidi. So, every time I was like, no, just let's get points. Let's not just leave it all on her. And that's all generally I thought the whole weekend. Just help Heidi.
You heard it here first, folks. If you want to win a national gold, just help Heidi.
Just help Heidi.
Help Heidi.
It works out.
Sounds like new shirts are being made.
I'll wear one.
So I think maybe from a spectator's perspective, your team, if we talk about your provincial journey as well, this was not a gold medal that you dominated or that was handed to you. At provincials, you ladies had to fight, being in third place going into the last day. You were in third place going into the last day here at nationals, and then ended up as that first seed. What happened with your team dynamic that you were able to find a way both times?
I
We'll start
can
with-
go. I think.
Yeah, someone.
I think our struggles at provincials and the challenges that we had there brought us together and made us stronger as a team. I think from the beginning of our journey at nationals, we had some conversations right from the get-go and said, you know, like, we're better. Let's make sure that we're here for each other early on, right from the beginning, rather than finding ourselves in a bit of a hole and trying to climb out from it. So I think that put us in a great mindset for the final day of qualifying, and then going 8-0, 8-0 to put us in a really good spot to finish out the qualifying. Yeah, I think that was because we made a conscious effort to make sure that we were together as a team all the way through.
For sure.
And we all know we could throw
Knowing-
good.
Knowing that even when we were struggling individually as a team, we were able to come together was probably the biggest thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's a lot of depth on the team. Like on paper, you look at everyone's averages, you know that everyone can throw, as Julie said. So I think that was a comfort too, knowing that in theory, on paper, we should come out ahead most of the time.
Mhm.
For sure.
Watching, obviously, I had a little bit of time to watch provincials while I wasn't bowling. But watching you guys at nationals, I noticed that the biggest difference was you guys weren't panicking. Like in provincials, when you're down a little bit and things weren't working, there was more of a sense of panic, I felt. And then at nationals, it was more calm. Right? It was just seemed like you guys would be able to work through and get through that match. I mean, it might not have seen on Tyler's face watching from behind you guys, but I felt like you guys were able to rally and come back from matches that maybe you struggle at provincials to do that, right? So I thought it was definitely you guys were definitely going on an uphill trend there for sure.
Yeah. But I took all the panic. I held it.
Thank you, Tyler.
Tyler did very good at being
Number
our
one.
stress relief.
Which one of you is going to frame their jersey next?
I need
We're
my-
not as
Where am I
fancy.
framing?
St. Albert Lanes, Julie.
No. Oh,
You have a place, Julie.
shout out St. Albert.
Yeah, if anyone didn't see, Kate Ayub, who was a member of their ladies team, her workplace framed her jersey and gold medal, and it is on their restaurant wall.
I was
That's
surprised
so
to see the actual gold medal in there.
Yeah, that would not have left my house.
Yeah, no, I was surprised to see that, but she's there all the time, so I guess.
I thought it was a nice touch by her boss. Obviously,
Yeah.
my understanding, her boss is really good, and it's nice to have that up in there. I know a lot of the patrons would love it too. So it was great to see that this morning for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe just before we talk about the step ladder, 4 of you, so you 3 plus Jenna, and your coach Des are defending gold medalists, and then you had Kate and Natalia join your team. Was there something special about the back-to-back? Did it feel different? What did that play into your guys' mind at all? Let's start with Julie.
Personally, it didn't feel any different. To me, it just felt like another nationals. It was awesome that I was with these ladies again, with 2 others, but like I already kind of knew them. So no, it was just throwing some balls with my friends.
Nice. Jamie, how about for you?
It sounds like
Well,
Connor
this-
Levitt talking right now.
Sorry.
That's all I can hear.
I'm just here to throw balls,
just
you know.
throwing balls with my friends. Yep. Sorry, Jamie. Go ahead.
That's okay. For me, it was the first nationals I've ever been to that isn't at home. So
Oh.
that was more of my, we're not at home. Never been this far away. It was one of those things. The back to the back kind of got buried in that.
So let's talk about that. What did you enjoy the experience more not being at home?
Yes and no. It was kind of cool. We ended up doing all mornings, so we got to go explore.
Okay. Yeah.
And I mean, I had
They
a
were
good
so
crew.
early. Those mornings were
It
so
was
early.
too early.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like I had to basically get up for work again.
It is a little bit different. Like at least when we had nationals here last year, we all stayed in a hotel too. So even though we were like on the buses and stuff, it was still kind of like you're still at a nationals. I know the Quebec guys were talking about it too, and I think it would be weird staying at home at a nationals. But at least we don't do that here in Alberta when we go to nationals. So that's good. But I didn't realize that that last year was the first year that I ever played at home. So it's neat that you've never played away from home, which is
I didn't
crazy.
do nationals as a kid.
That's
This
fair.
was the first one.
That's fair. That's cool.
And then Heidi, you had a post up. I think it was yesterday, maybe today. This is out of all your national experiences. This is your first back-to-back gold.
Yeah,
was
where I
that?
played on both teams. I'm sure Alberta's done back to back before, but this time I was on both of the teams. So.
I don't think so.
And what was that like for you? Did it have a special standout, or is it just another gold medal for Heidi Mapstone?
Well, I like thinking of the back-to-back win, but it wasn't thinking about it all the way through qualifying. And even like Desiree even touched on it a few times. Like you four of you have been here before. 4 of you have been here before, but I still wasn't really like thinking about it. Yeah,
Just throwing balls.
just throwing balls.
With my friend.
With our friends.
With my friends.
Trying to help out the team.
Help Heidi.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Step ladder, yeah, Tim. Maybe you can jump on that.
anyways, I just wanted to quickly touch base. There was no, I just looked it up. There was no back-to-backs ever in Alberta history on that aspect for at least Alberta. I know the Manitoba ladies were dominant for a long time there. And there's only been 9 national championships for ladies in Alberta's history, and half of them are pretty much Heidi's. So, yeah, right? So
That's awesome.
that definitely puts you in rarefied air there for
Help Heidi.
Help.
Just means
So-
I can be old and still be okay, I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
Mama Heidi's here.
Let's move to step ladder. Let's get there.
Yeah, so step ladder, obviously you guys had the first seed. The first game was super close. I mean, it was back and forth. I don't think there was more than a ball between most of the time, right? It was pretty close. And then you guys just ended up not having an opportunity to win the last game there. I think that was one of the games that Heidi wasn't left in Heidi's hands there for a little bit, right? So, and then you had another opportunity. Since you guys are the first seed, you have the opportunity to have a double knockout. So, what were your thoughts going into that second match?
Especially after losing by like 16. No, 11. Sorry, 11. So it was a really close match. How did you guys recoup? What was said between matches, and how did you guys come out firing the next game?
We'll start with
Lots
Heidi.
was said.
I believe a big part of it was we've been here before.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
to win one match. We had to win our game.
Yeah. And
I
even
was nervous for that second game. I wanted it so bad the first game. Thank God Des pulled me because I was forcing it too much, and I know that. I
should
was
we
nervous to go back in.
Should we talk about that? You have on record a 111-7 forever. Just saying.
It was a rough one.
Yeah. There is obviously some nerves if you lose the first match and you have to play the second one. It's but you guys have nothing to lose at that point, right? I mean, at that point, you just have to lay it all on the table. Newfoundland played very well in the finals, I think, and then you guys just played a little bit better. So, I mean, congrats to you guys, ladies, on that. And I know the last frame did not come down to Heidi, it looks like. So it was a little bit better.
I feel like a lot
Julie
of
saved me, and I said thank you
Beautiful.
like 5 times.
And that meant the world to me. I'll always it's in my heart forever, Heidi.
Yeah, you guys ended up winning 5-3 in that game, right?
It was 1 point away from being 4-4.
Well, that's what I was gonna say, because like Julie gets pulled the first game, but then you came in for 9 and 10.
Yeah.
And shot 75 points in 9 and 10 to get the win.
Yep.
That was not. Was that the match? Oh yeah. No, I thought it was. Yeah.
Jana shot 370s. So
yeah, and then you went in 2, and it was Selena needed to take the 5. Yes.
Yeah. So good work on that. I mean, great game by Jenna to get you guys to that point. That's a 370 is a hard score to balance out on the other side, right? So that's a huge game there. But for you to come in and throw those last 2 frames and steal that match to stop you guys from playing a third game.
I would have died. I would have been on the ground dead.
I didn't even know I could take the point.
Well, that's okay.
Maybe it's a good thing, but I don't math at all. So I was like, this 4, what? Yeah, 2 frames. I was like, just make them good shots. Just make it work.
Good shots. Just nothing but good shots with my friends.
Yeah. I'm gonna get that on a hat.
Anything you ladies would want to say before we let you go here? We're cutting into the mixed team a little bit, I think.
Oh, sorry, mixed team.
Are you really sorry though?
No. No, I want to hear Adam.
Yeah, okay. That's fair.
Congrats to everyone. Thank you for having us on.
Do you want to shout out your Twitch handle so people can sub?
Julie_orb. Hit me up.
There you go. Are you an affiliate yet?
No.
Let's get her there, everybody.
No way.
Let's get her there. Let's do it.
All right.
I'll be streaming in 20 minutes, guys.
Okay, guys.
Awesome. Congratulations,
Thanks,
everybody.
ladies.
Thank
Well
you.
deserved.
Thank you. Oh, jeez.
I hate it.
Have a good night.
All right. So they both have their cameras off. They both have their mics muted.
No, I have faith. They're gonna figure it out.
All right.
Look,
We got
there's
one.
one. We gotta
All
get the
right.
hillbilly.
No, there's the other
There we
one.
go.
Yeah,
We got him. All right.
Kemper's at work. So
Do it, Ty. Do it.
All right, this is your 2024 mixed team champions from Alberta. Oh, welcome.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Oh,
I think this is first time podcast for both of you.
I was on the ladies podcast.
Were you the ladies?
This
is a totally different show, so first time.
Yeah.
You're on the better show for sure.
Big time, yeah.
I'm just kidding. Our show's a debacle, but welcome. This is where Kemp fits in really well.
He's filming on a potato, and it looks right at home.
yeah, it's my phone.
The Android.
My phone's a potato.
Congratulations. So awesome. So proud of you guys. I was continually getting messages from a certain individual in Manitoba telling me that Kemp can
I have no idea who that might be.
You have a reputation, and you're so freaking good, and you're so freaking good at nationals. Like nationals is like your jam, and Ryan O'Callaghan was impressed and unimpressed with you all at the same time.
Yeah. Did he mention our first game against each other because neither of us were good at all. He got pulled and I pulled like a 190. So
Did you win?
no.
Ah. That's all right. That's all right. So another crazy finish for the qualifying. I don't know, Tim. Am I allowed to talk about?
Yeah, you are for sure, 100%. Yeah,
you want to jump in?
You have it. Yeah, you have
sure?
it, yeah.
That's all right. You guys finished with 106 points. Saskatchewan finished with 104.5. Manitoba finished with 103.5. Really, really tight up there. And of course, you guys had last game bye. Just sitting there shitting bricks. How was that last game for you? What were you guys doing in that time period?
Eating.
Not drinking.
Yeah,
no,
not drinking.
You couldn't drink, no, because of the drinking rule. Yeah.
I think
You want to go over there, Kira?
just like being confident in what we did and not having to like focus on what other teams were doing to, backhand like boost us up when what we bowled is what we bowled, and just being content with what we put out on the lanes. So just had some good conversations with people, like, stressing about other people's bowling when we did well on our own, and even if second was second, it's good.
Yeah, I mean that's a really good, mature way of looking at that. I would have been shitting bricks.
That too.
But
it took me.
But
a
you're
while
right.
to
You
get
guys,
to that point.
you guys did everything you could at that point. You can't change any of it. So like, there's no real big reason to stress about it, especially since like, it does mean double life, which is a huge advantage, right? But no matter what happens, you guys have an opportunity to play for that gold medal. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Can we talk about the no drinking rule?
No.
Sure.
Let's see.
Yeah. Maybe talk about
nice things often. So
your guys' qualifying, you guys are pretty steady throughout the whole day, the whole weekend. Obviously, we talked about the last game bye, and obviously Saskatchewan got beat up by Quebec the last game to give you guys that the first seed in the double knockout. But I don't think there was really any it was you guys are pretty steady throughout the most of the weekend. There wasn't any highs or lows I think you guys had. I know Kemp had back-to-back 390s to finish, which is kind of crazy. And, in Kemp fashion, right? I think he had 9-bagger and then he maybe messed up on team money in 10, but that's a different story, I think.
Yeah, just a little nervous.
It's a little nervous. Maybe we can touch base a little bit on Kira, on her story for the qualifying. I know you struggled a little bit, but maybe touch base on this is a different nationals for you. Obviously you played teaching masters. You won gold last year in Newfoundland. The year before you were a rookie on the teaching masters team in Edmonton. But I think it was a little bit different. For many people don't know, you have really good family support and love and everything else like that. But this is the first time you didn't have them here, right?
It was so weird to not have
it
my
was a little
family
bit
travel
different,
with
right?
me. It's very strange, just because my family's very loud and I can hear them across the alley yelling my name, even if they're not directly behind me. So it's definitely different. Like I look at my dad for every ball and I get him to coach me through everything, and even not being able to like call him, be like, I'm sucking, like help me please.
Yeah.
So it was different. Like it was nice to be able to rely. Like I obviously have some amazing veterans on my team, so they were my parent figures for the whole time when they weren't like bickering. They were helping me out.
So they are true parents. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Weber and Katie definitely helped me through a lot. Kemp was very encouraging. Even Maddie, who had been through it before and is like, my age, we grew up together. So it was really nice to have all those supports, even when I couldn't have my parents.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, I mean, you obviously you struggled the first couple of days.
Oh yeah.
And like,
Oh, yeah.
and that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. But you have such like a positive like attitude, which is so important for a team anyways. And like, even if you are struggling, as long as you can be positive on the bench, that's such a huge thing. But I was super proud of you to come out on the third day after struggling and then
Yeah.
shooting the lights out the first like 3 games there right away, or first 5 games. Good for you for persevering and sticking with it and not, letting the ship sink,
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's a hard thing to do. It's a
Yeah.
really hard thing to do.
So maybe let's talk about at provincials. We kind of talked about with this ladies. The ladies had to fight through provincials. You guys had a really, really successful provincials. Were super dominant. I think you only dropped 1 team total. And then came to nationals and it was a little bit more work, took some 6-2s, and on the other side of those, how did your team persevere in those moments where you weren't just kind of running away with the standings?
I think it was definitely more of a struggle. It took us till about the third day we just couldn't find a rhythm, it seemed, the first 2 days. Like, you kind of get going, and then you kind of derail, and you just couldn't, we never really had it. And then the third day, after, we kind of stayed together and everything else, the third day we finally found it. And then it just seemed to kind of work out a lot better after that. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong there, Kier, but I think the third day was definitely our best team day.
Yeah, I think, the third day, even like just talking with Chris, the way that like he was making decisions on the third day, everything just started like clicking. Like the way that our team dynamic works, even not just the way everybody bowls, but how everybody is in the lineup and how everybody is like positivity wise and cheering wise, and like who is a better back half player, who's a better front half player. And as we like figured out that, got into the groove, was more chatter in the lanes, the electricity started to happen a little bit more, and it just felt better. So they didn't feel like drudging through the 7th games, especially when we didn't have like mid-game buys. So it's just
and even the very first game on day 3, we played Nova Scotia, and we won the game in the 10th frame, which was something that we were struggling with throughout the first 2 days. So I think that helped our confidence a lot too.
Yeah, I mean, you started out the third day 8-7-8.
Yeah,
like that's massive. That is absolutely massive. You lost the next game, but you only lost by 25, and then won. And it was a good game. And then
Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
And
I
think that game kind of got us going too.
Yeah, because then you shot 12.82 and 13.73 your last 2, which were
the 13.73 was our highest of the tournament. Until
by quite a bit.
I don't think we had a 1300 until that moment.
No, you didn't. No.
Yeah.
No. I mean, it did help. You had like a 750 double between the two.
400.
Yeah.
It did help.
But I mean,
getting a 400 would have been, kind of nice. Some other time, no big deal. It happens, well, good.
No big deal. Trevor brought up a good point. The last time he played against UCamp, it was a mixed team. You went 20-0. This year, ho hum, you only went 16-4. So, another great year for Kemp on that aspect. But obviously, when the step ladder came around, I've seen a lot of step ladders at a national level. It was probably, I don't know for you guys, but it was pretty exciting to watch. The first game, maybe let's talk about the first game a little bit. You're playing Manitoba. You end up losing the game by 3, right?
Yeah, I've never seen the very last ball, the scores be the exact same. Not in a gold medal game like that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
it's nuts.
So stressful, very wild.
And I mean, Adam throws his shot, and Trevor still has to make one. Like, kudos to him for making that shot. That was something.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know if you knew, but if Adam threw the strike, it was over.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then it was kind of funny because you're going up there, everybody's even, and we're looking at it, and it was like, well, there's no 4-4, and then all of a sudden everybody just, I was talking to Barker, and me and Barker were going through the stuff. We already had an idea what it was, and all of a sudden everybody starts, oh, you could hear that in the crowd. It was loud. It wasn't quiet.
No.
And then all of a sudden, Adam said he was the first time he felt nerves in some time. Weber, and I think that's bullshit. I mean, that's just Adam, but he goes up.
Well, it is a time to be nervous. I mean, I would.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. And, you know, all the marbles on there, and he said he stepped left and he punched. But then it was just as much nerve wracking on the other end when Trevor could have had anything, he threw a really thick shot and got a chop, right?
Yeah.
So what was kind of your mindset? It was all over the map. You two, like, just crazy.
You want to lead the way there?
I think it was mostly like, oh, what did I do wrong in that game to like leave it to like 0-0 in the last ball? Like, where did I leave a pin? Like, where did I not clean up anything? I didn't spare stuff. So it's definitely like, oh, damn, like that's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was said in between the first and second game. It was like, hey guys, that shows you why every pin actually matters. Because if you can prevent Adam from being in that spot, then you know the whole team kind of goes down with that one. So.
Yeah. So same sort of thing as with the ladies. So you lose a super close match by 3.
Mm-hmm.
What was said in between? And then how did you guys bounce back and go from shooting 1198 to 1400 on your next game?
Well, I think, like I said, there was the whole like, hey guys, shake it off. We all can pick pins. Like, let's make sure we do that this game because you don't want that to happen again. And other than that, I don't remember anything specific. Do you, Kira, in the middle that was said?
Oh, we all like felt like we threw a good game, even though it like got close. Manitoba obviously threw a great game.
Yes.
I think it was mostly just like we were just happy to get the jitters out, and we just felt that we had felt a little bit more solid, and we just needed to get it out of the way. And after it was done, we kind of got some fire underneath us, and we were able to just go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean,
I know I was a little not happy with my performance too the first game, and then you kind of I was on the team last year, and it's like, hey, no, not happening again. So there was some motivation for me.
And I mean, okay, well, let's talk about the second game, right? How many in a row did you start off with again, Kemp?
6, I think it was.
6. So you start off 6. So obviously, but on the other end, Trevor Cook.
I know.
He starts off with what 6 or 7 as well. 7, I think, or 6.
I think he went 7 because I went 6 and I missed. I went 5 spare, I think. And as soon as I missed that shot, I just knew. I was like, that guy's gonna get another one. And you know, you had to get going. So.
And you know what? We talked about this with the ladies too. I mean, Jenna shoots a 370, and that's a hard score to cover up.
Yep.
Trevor shoots 390, but you covered it, right? Like that's massive.
It helps. Yeah, it goes a long way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But what a game for him though. The last what a game to throw a 390.
Exactly.
Honestly, he played phenomenal. Like, you know what?
Yes.
He needed. Everybody who doesn't know Trevor, I mean, they should know Trevor. Trevor's a great shooter, right? And then he gets that little bit of a roll on it, and all of a sudden he's dynamite. He just gets going, right? And I mean, yeah. So I mean, Trevor played phenomenal. And honestly, like, you know, Saskatchewan team played well throughout the week. Manitoba team was a juggernaut as well. I mean, that team was a really good team. And kind of maybe the way you look at it is with the teams, they're all together, like they're all like a team, and that's what you notice is kind of an ongoing theme there. But going into the last couple frames there, I know Maddie was struggling, and then Chris put in Cody, right? And so if you look at it, he came in halfway through the game, he shoots 176 for his last 5, right?
Yeah.
So, and he only won by 40. So I think that was honestly one of the key parts of the match there.
Yeah, him coming in and having a 4-bagger going like with his first and 10. That was, I think, what really put us over the edge.
Yeah, nonchalant. He just went up there and threw a bunch of bombs and.
I know he throws the first one in 10, and he comes off just like Cody, and it was like, man, you like, I'm shaking here. Like what you did was just huge, and it was funny to watch him just kind of. Just be himself the whole time, and I'm just gonna go out there and throw the ball. And
I mean, whatever works, right? And
100%.
8 and 9, Kira throws a double, and I've never, of all my years, seen her like get so animated over a double, right? So
Yeah.
obviously the bowling in general for any team, it gets awesome that way. So yeah, it was good.
It was nice to see.
It was nice to see. So you guys end up winning, and so Kira, what was kind of the emotion of when you ended up it was finally over? What was your emotion of that?
I don't even know. Like, it was definitely different than like Masters, because Masters, like, we clinched the day before, and the next day was like, oh, we're just having fun, we're just bowling. But this one was like everything that I had like felt like was like built up for like the whole 3 days just came like booming down, and I was like, oh my god, like it didn't hit me until like we were at the banquet, and I was like, oh, we actually just won something, like this is crazy. But like the whole time I was like, oh, we're standing on the lane, we're hugging, we're happy, and that was it. Like I couldn't even feel anything because it was just like it was like so much stress and so much like just exhaustion and happiness and everything. It was just insane. Like it was all these emotions just going crazy, and I was just like happy in my little huddle with my team, and it was great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So Kemp, I'm sure you have lots of opens. What you're playing next year? You're ready to defend?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. And Kira, this is your first one. What is next year going to look like for you?
I hope I qualify.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah.
But yeah, this year felt like a fluke, but I hope that like next year is just like I feel good about it the whole tournament. So we'll see.
It's not a fluke,
See what
Kira.
happens.
Not at all, no.
It's not a fluke. I can tell you that.
My favorite C bowler teammate ever. So proud of you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, guys. Thank you guys for coming on. What a weekend. Lots of emotions, lots of great balls. Yeah. Super proud of all you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. Forever in the record books, everybody on this
That's
podcast.
right.
Yeah.
Nobody can ever take that away from them, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Very proud of all you guys. So
awesome.
All right,
Yeah,
Kemp, get back to work.
Yeah. Lots of stuff going on here today. I will say a shout out to all the other winners that were on and their teams. Congrats. I hope they all soak it in. And then to all the volunteers and stuff that were out there too. They did a good job. That bowling alley, I've never been there. It was huge.
Yeah, I've never been there either.
Yeah.
it was a beautiful center. Yeah, it was really
It
nice.
was. Yeah. Wooden lanes, just like St. Albert.
Yep.
It's my second. I tell you, it ain't no different than it was in 2010.
Awesome.
All right, guys.
Well, thank you guys. We'll let you guys go.
Yep.
Congratulations once again, and we'll see you guys all soon.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks, guys.
Oh.
All right. Well, that wraps our 2024 Open National Recap show.
I can't believe it's over.
The show or
The Open? Like, I don't know. It feels like January was like 3 weeks ago.
Honestly, this season has gone by so slow and so fast all at the same time.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And it just never ends. So
Literally never.
It never ends. But yeah, thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm sure we'll see you guys all next week. But yeah, thanks everybody. We'll see you guys soon.
Thanks, guys.
Ty, do the outro because it'll blow up my computer.
All right.
Just the commercial. Number 2.